Are you serious?
Hello, welcome to another episode of How to Kill an Hour. I'm Marcus Bronzy.
I'm Richie Driss.
This is the show where Richie and I are going to go on the internet, find some funnies, talk about new ways to kill time with our killer bit, do some dancing like Richie Driss is doing right now as well, and generally have a little bit of fun. Do you know what I mean? We were just talking about live TV before we started.
We bloody were, because we both dabbled, haven't we?
I think you more than dabbled in live TV.
I did.
Do you miss live TV?
Yes.
It's fun, innit? There's nothing like it.
Yeah, I miss... do you know what? I miss the whole sort of transition of being absolutely terrified of that countdown to not caring, just being very, very much at home with the fact that I'm about to go live on the telly. But then within that, thinking to myself, this is a sign of my progress.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not pooing myself now.
What I never got over was how heavily you went over the script for it then to be torn up as soon as you go live.
Every single time.
Yeah, by the way, we're going to cut out that little bit and just put the bit at the end at the start. And can we just reduce that 2-minute segment to, we've only got 20 seconds now. Can we just wrap that up? And the person's like, well, in the beginning. And you're like, where do I cut this interview off where they just started to get going?
Yeah, it was. But that's part of what made it so exciting and what actually made me feel anything.
Yeah, nothing like this soulless podcasting thing that people do now. They're talking in little weird rooms onto microphones, hoping that people listen. Please, please download the podcast, please. Right, Richie, look, let's not mess around. You know how this works, don't you? This ain't your first rodeo here at the show.
Bloody do.
In case this is your first time listening, right, this is where we do the bit of the show called Our Jokes of the Week.
That's new.
It is.
New. I like it.
Definitely didn't press the wrong button.
Oh,
but our jokes of the week. But there's been a slight change, guys. Just so you know, we used to ask you to send jokes to jokes@howtokillanhour.com if you want to have our jokes sent in. But instead of that, all you have to do is go to howtokillanhour.com/jokes, and that is the best way of getting your jokes or questions or bits and bobs over to us. So please do that.
Jokes, questions, nonsense.
We
like nonsense.
I mean, we have opened up the lines for some more open conversation, and I can say the How to Kill an Hour gang never really fail to surprise me with what they think is appropriate to send in. Oh, so many jokes in our email inbox have had to be deleted.
I don't think there's a level of appropriateness that you've said to the audience, like, this is out, this is ruled out, this is ruled out, this is ruled out. You've not set any guidelines or barriers.
You're right. What I've done is I've left it to common sense. And I've learned very, very quickly.
Exists.
Yeah, that is one of the worst things to do. But anyway, look, let's crack on with our jokes. Look, we've got 14 jokes we're going to smash out in this episode. I'm going to do one. Richie's going to do one. Richie, the first one I'm going to hit you with is a very long one.
Okay. I'll down my coffee now.
Yeah. Sorry, I'll bring you on in it. Richie's been very innuendo heavy before the show recorded, so I was leaning into it.
I didn't even spot
I was leaning into him with that one.
I didn't even spot that.
Right, anyway. Right. Did you know that sperm cells of a whale are amongst the largest of all animals? It's true. The individual cell is about the size of a minnow and can swim twice as fast. So I bet you're wondering, what happens if a whale jerks off? Do these critters become part of the surrounding ecosystem? No, they usually die pretty quickly if they're not inside another female's parts. But if the right conditions do exist, the sperm can survive in open water only for a few hours. Anyway, one day, Willie the whale was feeling extra randy and decided to relieve himself by hydrothermal vents. He rubbed his whale bits on the coral reef, which feels very good to rails, and was done in no time. Once the deed had been done, Willie moved on with his day with not a thought more. What he didn't realise was the water temperature and the salinity levels by the hydrothermal vents were in just the right conditions for one of his sperm cells to gain consciousness and start exploring the surrounding area. As a newly conscious being, he was confused as to where he was, who he was, and frankly, why he existed in the first place. He ventured along until he came upon a group of 3 crabs, seated atop a bright magenta table coral. "Hi," said the whale sperm. The 3 crabs stopped their conversation and looked at him. "Hey," said the first crab. "Do you know where we are?" asked the whale sperm. "The ocean, duh," said the second crab. "Yeah, duh," said the third crab. "My apologies, I've only existed for 5 minutes, so I don't know much of anything," said the whale sperm. Ah, I've seen this before, said the first crab as he turned towards the other two. What we've got here is whale sperm. His father must have had a little play by the hydrothermal vents and abandoned him afterwards. Whale sperm? Don't you mean sperm whale, said the second crab. No, he's right, said the third crab. If the conditions are just right, their sperm can survive for a few hours in the open water. So I only have a few hours to live, exclaimed the whale sperm, visibly panicked. I just got here. Yep, I hate to break it to you, but technically you shouldn't even exist in the first place. So just consider yourself lucky you get to experience life even for just a little bit, said the first crab. Right, said the whale sperm. Well, I still don't have a name. Can you name me? All three crabs looked at each other apprehensively but felt bad for the little sperm. So the least they could do was give him a name before his short time on Earth was over. All right, we'll give you a name, but give us a sec to think on it, said the first crab. They huddled together and deliberated for 5 sea minutes. Okay, I think we've got it, said the second crab. By the powers vested in us, we declare you Spermy, said the third crab. The whale sperm thought for a second. This was his only chance at having a name. And they chose something so on the nose. It felt almost insulting. Like they hardly put any thought into it. But what was the use of debating them? They were the only ones that knew, and they were his first ever friends. It should be an honour to receive a name from them, no matter what. He almost felt ashamed for even thinking ill of them. Well, what do you think, said the crabs in unison. Guys, it's truly been an honour for you to have bestowed this name on me. These past few minutes have been the best of my life. I've laughed, I've cried, heck, I've gone through all 5 stages of grief almost. I just want you to know that you're the best friends a little sperm like me could ever have. I love the name. I love you. I'll wear it proud. Thanks. The 3 crabs replied in unison. You're welcome.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh my God.
We call that a long walk for a short swim.
Couple of notes. Are 5 sea minutes any different to 5 minutes? And secondly, did you just read like Pixar's new film out? That could be a Pixar film.
Pixar, well, yeah, if they wanted to get a little bit X-rated, do you know what I mean? But they're educational.
Yeah.
It could be educational, yeah.
The fact that I learned that whale sperm is the size of a minnow.
That's a lie, but it was a good one though.
Oh, okay.
Did you believe it?
Why not? Why wouldn't I?
Because they are so big. Yeah. No, I think they're whatever 90 microns. Don't ask me how I actually know that.
Oh my God, how do you know that?
Let me Google it.
No.
Let me Google it. Whale
how do you
sperm
know
size.
That and
sorry, it's 50 to 75 microns. I was out by 15 microns.
Oh my God. Sorry, but
micros, human ones are 40 to 90 microns. So if you're packing big ones, you got 90 microns. If you're not packing that well, 40 micron sperms. There you go.
Okay. How do you know that?
I just Googled the fact there. So I was off a little. I just Googled it.
Yeah,
now.
you were off, but how were you in the same ballpark?
That is an example of how my mind works. I'm great at pub quizzes sometimes. I'm really bad. But you see, when you get a random question like how big is a human sperm, I'll be like, yo, 40 to 90 microns. 10 points, please. Bling.
Part 2 of my question.
And then it'll be like, name the classes of stamp. And if someone will be like, oh, it's first, second and third. And I'll be like, oh, I don't know. You
just said them.
I think there's other ones as well.
Oh, okay. Secondly, I've never heard of the word micron in my life.
It's really small.
Well,
and obviously there's no need to brag in it. I don't know, Mike. No one's ever called me a micron before. Big dick, yeah? Big dick in the house.
I mean, your words,
Dicky Driss in the house, yeah? Okay. Capital D on the Driss and the dick brev. Come on. Okay. All right. Wow. That's the name of the episode.
Oh, that's
Big Dick Driss. There you go.
That's micron is microbe, like same unit. No,
I think it's smaller.
Smaller than microbe.
Yeah.
How do you know?
I think
that?
1 second. Let me Google that as well. Which is smaller, micron or microbe? A micron, known as a micrometer, is a unit of measurement. Well, a microbe is a living organism.
Oh, of course.
Microbes are generally much larger than a micron. You imbecile. Who doesn't know that?
I know, fucked it.
And then they'll be like, what was the number 1 single last week? I'll be like, I don't know, bro. I don't work in radio no more. Anyway, sorry, we digressed greatly there.
We did.
Let's continue.
I mean, that was a hell of a story, though.
Yeah, true. It's a true story.
Joke number 2. A waitress on her last day decides to walk to each of her tables and lift up her skirt to proudly proclaim, "Super pussy!" She continues to do this over and over to the horror of her customers until she reaches a table which sat an elderly man. She approaches him and lifts up her skirt and, again, proclaims, "Super pussy!" and awaits his reaction. The old man looks at her, then her pussy, then back up at her and says, "I think I'll have the soup." Absolutely. Do you not get it?
You don't get it?
Soup. Soup. Is it? What?
I'll let you take your time with it.
Is it something? Is that a play on soup and super?
Soup or pussy? Soup or a pussy?
Oh, yeah. I get it. I'm with you. I'm right there with you.
You know, you're having a tough day, bro.
Oh my God.
My wife wanted a vacation, but I wanted a staycation. So we compromised and had an altercation.
My partner and I can never agree on vacations. I want to go to an exotic 5-star, and she wants to come with me.
All right. Another long one. I'll get through this one quick.
Okay.
A Tibetan man, a German man, and a Maltese man die and all go to purgatory. And to pass the time, they begin discussing how they died. The Tibetan man says, "I was driving a truck in San Juan, and as I'm driving, I see a man standing in the middle of the road eating a box of chicken satay. As a follower of Buddhism, I'm forbidden to kill any living creature, so I swerved into the other lane and a motorbike crashed into me. The bike got stuck in my wheels and I couldn't turn, and I crashed right into the petrol station, igniting a puddle of gasoline on the floor, and the whole thing explodes." The Indian guy goes, "That's such a coincidence. I was in San Juan as well, delivering chicken satay to a customer. But when I got to the customer, I realised my bag was unzipped and the chicken must have fallen somewhere on the road. So I drove back to find the chicken, and as I'm driving, I see a man standing in the middle of the road eating said chicken. So I got distracted by that so much that I didn't realise that there was a truck coming. I got stuck under the wheels, the truck crashed into the petrol station, ignited a pile of gasoline on the floor, and the whole thing exploded." The German guy goes, "That's so crazy. I was in San Juan as well, at a petrol station where there was a big puddle of gasoline on the floor. And as a German, I couldn't stand that mess. So I got a towel to mop up the gasoline, but I saw a man standing in the middle of the road eating some chicken satay. I was so confused that I forgot about the puddle, and suddenly this huge truck crashes into the petrol station, igniting a puddle of gasoline, and the whole thing explodes." The Maltese guy has been very quiet, and he doesn't seem to be listening to everyone else's stories. So they ask him, "How did you die?" The Maltese guy says, "It was very strange. I was crossing the road in San Juan and I saw a takeout box on the floor. So I picked it up and opened it, and it was full of chicken satay. So I began eating the chicken, and all of a sudden a truck whizzed past me, hits a motorbike, the motorbike gets stuck in the wheels, the truck crashes into the petrol station, and it ignites a massive puddle of gasoline, and the whole thing exploded." The other guy says, "How did you die?" The Maltese man said, "I'm allergic to peanuts." Another long walk for a short swim.
Oh, that's good. Is that the expression? Long walk for a short swim?
Yeah, we've heard it many a times in the comments.
It's not a long walk off a short pier.
Is it a long walk off a short pier? I don't know.
I don't know.
That might be the saying.
Let's go
Listen, I told you that. See, I don't know that. If that's a common saying, I don't know it. A long walk off a short. It's a long walk off a short pier. We've had someone drop a message in us saying that was a long walk for a short swim.
Walk for off a short pier. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we got it wrong. Long walk for a short swim. Yeah, we totally made that up. Yeah, but someone put that in the comments. That's what we've been saying on the Sean and I have been saying that for ages.
So hang on. So someone tried to insult one of the jokes and they insulted you with an incorrect insult.
Yeah.
Dickhead.
It's the internet. It's the internet.
It's the internet. My friend got fired from her job for being a company whistleblower.
Oh.
She was discovered by the CEO's wife, Mrs. Whistle.
Hey!
Oh, God.
Before I continue, if you don't mind grabbing your mic and bringing it a bit close to your lips, please. Just put your lips right on it, yeah? Cheers, bro.
There you go.
Look, you have to put them right on it. You absolute pervert. See what I mean? What I'm dealing with.
Why are you so weird?
A little girl wanted to take her dog for a walk around the block. So she asked her mother. Her mother said, "No, sweetie, she's in heat." What does that mean? Asked the girl. Well, why don't you go and ask your dad in the garage? Her busy mother replied. So the girl went to her father in the garage and said, I want to take Lulu the dog for a walk, but mum says she's in heat and I have to ask you about it. Her father took a clean rag, poured some 2-stroke lawnmower fuel on it, and then gently rubbed the dog's tail and butt with it to disguise the scent. Now you can take her for a walk, he said. Just don't let her off the leash and she'll be fine. The little girl skipped happily away with Lulu the dog trotting beside her. A few minutes later, she returned with an empty leash and no dog. Concerned, her dad asked, Where's Lulu, sweetie? She ran out of gas halfway around the block, his daughter told him, so the neighbour's dog is giving her a push home.
Animals.
The next one is specifically for you, Driss.
Specifically?
Yeah.
Guy goes to a doctor about a sex addiction problem. Doctor, what seems to be the problem? Guy, well, you see, doctor, I have an uncontrollable sex drive. I have to have sex with my wife 2 to 3 times a day. Doctor, well, that's unusually strong, but not a big concern. Guy, I also have to have sex with a co-worker 2 or 3 times a day.
Blimey.
Doctor, I'm starting to see the problem. Guy, that's not all. I have sex with my girlfriend 2 or 3 times a day as well. Doctor, my goodness, man. You've got to get hold of yourself. Guy, I do. 2 or 3 times a day.
Hey,
I like it.
All right. A chicken farmer went to a local bar. He sat next to a woman and ordered some champagne. The woman said, How strange. I also ordered a glass of champagne. What a coincidence, said the farmer, who added, It's a special day for me. I'm celebrating. It's a special day for me too, said the woman. I'm also celebrating. What a coincidence, said the farmer. While they toasted, the farmer said, What are you celebrating? My husband and I have been trying to have a child for years. My gynecologist told me today that I was pregnant. What a coincidence, said the man. I'm a chicken farmer, and for all these years, my hens were infertile, but now they're all set to lay fertilized eggs. That's amazing, said the woman. What did you do for your chickens to become fertile? I had to use a different cock, said the farmer. She smiled. What a coincidence!
Hey. Oh, God. Good.
Very good.
A politician invites a high-ranking official from a secret spy agency to his upscale lakefront home. The spy looks around, impressed, and asks, This place is incredible. How can you afford it on a public servant's salary? The politician smiles, points out the window and says, See that $50 million bridge? The spy nods. Well, the politician continues, I got $55 million allocated for it. And let's just say $5 million didn't quite make it to the construction site. The spy raises an eyebrow, clearly impressed. Months later, the politician visits the spy's estate, and it's a full-blown mansion, sprawling and lavish. Stunned, the politician asks, This is on a government salary too? How? The spy casually points out the window and says, See that $50 million bridge? The politician looks and says, No. The high-ranking head of spies smiles and says, Exactly.
Hey, corporate fraud at its best.
I don't think that's a joke. I think that's just
government
a story.
fraud. Yeah, it's actually the truth.
Story.
Documentary, that isn't it? Good documentary that'll make. All right. The Pope is on an airplane working on a crossword puzzle. He asks his neighbour, What's the 4-letter word for a woman that ends in UNT? Said the neighbour. That would have to be aunt. The Pope then goes, Oh, right. Do you have an eraser? Yay!
Very
See you next
nice.
Tuesday.
Yeah, I never thought of aunt. Obviously.
Yeah, you thought of something else, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. As did 90% of our audience.
Yeah, I hope so.
A widower goes to a psychic to contact his late wife. Honey, he says, are you happy? Yes, my husband, says the psychic. Relieved, the man asks, are you happier than when you were with me? Yes, my husband, she replies. I'm much, much happier. The husband smiles. Heaven must be an amazing place. After a brief pause, she says, I wouldn't know.
Married life.
That spun me. I'm not even going to lie.
Okay, cool.
You go. Go.
I got the words jacuzzi and yakuza all mixed up. Now I'm in hot water with the Japanese mafia.
Very nice.
Very nice.
An owner had a racehorse that had never won a race. Finally, the owner lost his patience and warned the horse, either you win this afternoon or you'll be pulling a milk wagon tomorrow morning. That afternoon, the horse was lined up with the others in the starting gate. As the stalls opened, the rest of the field raced away, but as the gate was removed, the owner saw his horse fast asleep on the track. Angrily, he ran over, kicked the horse and yelled, "What are you sleeping?" The horse wearily lifted its head up and replied, "I have to get up at 3 a.m.
Hey!
The horse knows. The horse is smart.
There you go. Those were our jokes
of the week.
Man, if you ever knew how hard it was for Richie and I to get through those, you would not be surprised. If you would like to send in jokes, the new way of sending in jokes, you can, but just don't, innit? Jokes at howtokillanhour.com, don't send in there. Actually go to howtokillanhour.com/jokes, and then you can fill in your jokes there and send them to us. Much more organised way of us getting our hands on them. We will be retiring the jokes at howtokillanhour.com. So please stop sending your jokes there and click on that link and crack on with that. Now, time for our news
of the week.
It's a small update that we have on the mushroom murderer. Now, Sean and I have been covering this for a very long time, and it's now made its way over to the UK and it was on the front paper of the prolific Metro News yesterday, but some people still don't know about it. Have you heard of the 2023 Leongatha, I'm probably saying that wrong, mushroom poisoning case? Have you heard about this?
No.
Right.
Not even close.
So the story is there is a woman who attempted to murder her relatives with a mushroom with a mushroom recipe that had poisonous mushrooms in it. That recipe was a delicious dish which I've only made once in my life and I'll never make again, a beef Wellington.
Oh, right, okay.
So a beef Wellington is a roll of beef with a mushroom thing around it, which I don't know the name of.
Pastry?
No, not a mushroom pastry. It's like a mushroom. It's a thing where you take all the moisture. This is boring, but I'll get through it. Thing where you take all the moisture out of a mushroom, you cook them carefully, but it's this really lovely mushroomy, flavoursome, herby thing that you put around the beef. Then you wrap Parma ham around it. Then you put the pastry around it. That's what makes it delicious. She put death cap mushrooms in it, which I'm sure you can believe. A mushroom called a death cap mushroom, not that good. So there have been some updates in this case. We believe that she is going to be she's going down with full charges for everything, but I'm just going to give you a little update on this because it seems like this might be an ongoing thing that the perpetrator likes to do. Because you're new to this, I'll let you know all about the perpetrator. Her name's Erin Patterson, and during her time in prison, where she's about to be charged with this full case of murdering people, she's been accused of tampering with prison food, making inmates sick whilst in the jail kitchen, right? The allegation was made by an inmate who said they became ill after eating food that she prepared at Melbourne's Dame Phyllis Forrest Centre in Australia, where she's being held.
Why would anyone let her help with food preparation, considering what she's in for?
Bro.
It's like letting nonces work at a school. It's like, why would you do that?
It's mad. I feel like someone there either had, it's like, I feel like it's a guard there or someone who was in charge of the jobs people had was like, these inmates have been giving me too much shit. Do you know what?
Yeah.
Let's put the person that's in for food poisoning in the kitchen. That'll scare everyone. And do you know what? They're probably not going to poison everyone, because why would they do that? No, she's actually she's done it. And the charges, we'll fill you in on what the charges are in the next episode, basically, that she's up for, and whether she goes down. But she's up for 3 counts of murder is what she's up for these death cap mushrooms. Because she cooked the Wellington, because she ate some as well. We believe that she put the mushrooms in like the left-hand side, and then as you cut through the beef Wellington, she had like the other end of it. So yeah, it's crazy.
That is... Yeah.
But yeah, so according to the correction source, they spoke to the Daily Mail, a reputable paper. She'd been given a job in the prison kitchen despite the nature of the crime she was charged with. Her supporters say the inmates' poisoning is baseless. But, you know, that's what supporters would say. In 2023, she served individually cooked beef Wellingtons. Oh my God, I got it wrong. They were individually cooked.
Yours is much smarter.
Yours has the X on it. So this, can you imagine her serving them up?
Yeah, literally.
Why has my one got...
Swap me.
Yeah, why has my one got skull and crossbones on it? Oh, sorry. Don't worry. Eat up. Enjoy. Yeah, so that's just a quick update.
Who the fuck is supporting her? Why has she got supporters?
I don't know.
Sorry.
I don't know. Whenever
Really
have you not heard of like weird like murderers do get like their little fan groups and stuff? Don't they?
No, I've only heard of one murderer having a fan group.
Oh, bro, loads of them do. Like anyone that goes in jail for something wild now, they'll have people that write them letters and stuff, and like you name it, bro. You name a murderer, like someone that's had to do time. They have like fan clubs, women that are obsessed with them. They write them letters. They want to meet them. It's crazy, bro. Some people marry their like fans.
So fucking off key. I mean, I'm not a judgmental person, but that is fucked up.
Okay, well, one of those statements that you just said was true, and one was a lie.
Literally contradicted myself as soon as I came out with the statement.
Yeah, you did. But yeah, so that was just a little update on the mushroom story. The charges may be finalised as we are speaking, so we'll update shortly. I mean, word on the road is I've read that there may have been other poisoning attempts along the line as well. I feel like it gets more. I feel like it sounds like an Acme story. I feel like she's put stuff like dynamite in bolognese. I feel like, do you know what I mean? I feel like there's been like,
I mean, that would be incredible.
a cup of acid or whatever they used to have in old school cartoons where they drink it and their legs are burned and stuff like that. I feel like we're going in that direction because the beef Wellington sounds. Thing is though, right? It's such a hard dish to make.
Right. So this is exactly what I was going to say. Is the only other reason, apart from just shits and giggles, that the prison officers would say, "Come on into our kitchen, mass poisoner."
Yeah.
And cook for everyone, mass poisoner. Yeah. Is if they were such a good cook.
Yeah.
Regardless, then they were like, I'm willing to take the risk.
Yeah.
I'm willing to take the risk because the food is so good. And if one dish out of 100 is poison, fuck it.
The food is to die for.
There it is.
There you go.
It is.
I don't know what was going on with the correctional facilities there. How she ended up in that position.
I mean, putting the word correctional in the name is playing fast and fucking loose.
It is, man. I wouldn't want anyone. It is a bit like giving somebody who's like a renowned knife killer, like you're in charge of sharpening the knives in the kitchen, innit? Like stabby McStab man.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Yeah.
That's much more tasteful than the one I came out with earlier.
It is. It's called mushroom duxelle. That's how you say it. It looks like duxelle in French, but it's actually called mushroom duxelle. It's a flavorful blend of finely chopped mushroom, shallots, and herbs like thyme or parsley, cooked slowly into a paste-like consistency, originating from France and named after Marquis d'Uxelles. This mushroom condiment is traditionally used in beef Wellington. Mm-hmm. There you go. Mm-hmm. I have made a beef Wellington with duxelle in it, and bruv, let me tell you, yeah, I got a lot of help with that beef Wellington. It was delicious. It was one of those things that after I cooked it, I was like, that's great. Never going to cook that again. Sure. If I try and do that by myself, I'll end up burning down the kitchen. Not because I can't cook, full of rage. I hate complicated meals. I don't know how you feel about cooking.
Yeah, I love cooking. I absolutely love it.
Do you like, all right, then if you like cooking, I'm going to hope you can relate to this bit. Do you ever have something that you want to cook and you find the recipe for it and you're like, 300 grams of mushrooms? I can get that. Cool. 2 sprigs of rosemary. Yeah, I can get that. Some sugar. I'm just making up ingredients, by the way. Some sugar. Yeah, I can get that. And then it's like, and 1 sprinkle of pixie dust.
Yeah.
From Ireland, predating, that has been created between the 1940s and 50s. And I'm like, where the fuck do I get that from?
The blood of a virgin.
Yeah, exactly.
From AD 1.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, exactly. Some lint from Jesus's loincloth. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. It's mad. So that's what annoys me about cooking. I do like cooking, but it's the complex ingredients that I don't like.
And also, I'm not gonna lie. In my history, in my cooking repertoire, those ingredients mean fuck all.
Oh yeah, there you go. What's something you like to chef up?
Man, the world is my oyster. It's not. I'm not that good. Pasta dishes. Yeah, it's probably the most boring conversation we've ever had.
Making pasta.
I don't make
Really?
I don't make the pasta. I just make the sauces from scratch. Like a little bit of truffle, a little bit of
all right,
garlic and chicken.
Wild garlic, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like the green leaves, like the long leaves garlic. That is wild garlic, right?
Okay, you know what you're talking about more than me. Jesus Christ, there's levels to this. I thought I liked cooking, and I do.
Yeah.
But you like fucking cooking.
No, bro, I'm not saying I'm a good cook. I just know some ingredients. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. That's the sort of thing that'll be annoying me. I'd be like, garlic. No, it has to be wild garlic.
Why?
Yeah. All right.
What difference does that
I
make?
look forward to pasta with Richie. I'm a very simple guy, by the way. Seeing as we're having this boring conversation, I'll cook a decent steak.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing to some steak. What I do is right. Here's what I do. Here's
Easy
a
to cook,
trick.
hard to master.
Yeah, it is. But right, here's my thing. I'll share this with you guys. Right, listen. And this sounds bougie, but stay with me, okay? Waitrose, yeah.
Fuck.
No,
I'm out
stay
already.
stay with me.
Fucking hell.
Stay with me. Waitrose do these little focaccia things, yeah. For £2.50, you get 4 of them, yeah. It is expensive for bits of bread. 2 packs of those. That's a £5, yeah. Go get some steaks. Spend what you want on the steaks.
On bread.
I know, but it's a special. You're coming over, Richie. I'm making sure that you leave my house saying I've fed you good. Yeah, they're already pre-seasoned with garlic, thyme, everything. They're good. See those? Put those to the side on a tray. Boom. Get your steaks, a little rump or whatever. Doesn't have to be a fancy bit of steak. Cook them normal, bit of butter, maybe rosemary, but cook the steaks decent, right? When you let them rest, see the juice, a little bit of juice that comes out of them. Yeah, you save that on the side. You put the little bits of bread in the oven or air fryer for 10 minutes. Pop the steaks on top of the bread, right? Slice them up. Put them on top of the bread. Pour the juice over it. The juice gets soaked up into the bread. Bro, I'm telling you.
You've charmed me.
I'll show you a picture. I can't put this on the whatever gram or anything, but I took a picture of doing it the other day, right? It doesn't look too pretty. But you salt it afterwards, bro. But I'm telling you, you just get this plate of steak and bread, bro. You'd like it. I promise you'd like it. If I presented it well.
it looks fucking fantastic.
There you go.
God damn.
And that was our boring old men story
of the week.
Right. On to more exciting things. Time for our kill a bit. This is where we talk about how we kill a time. We haven't got any sound effects or imaging for this. So kill a bit.
Pretty good. First, I wondered why you were sucking off your microphone, two-handed, and spitting all over it. But yeah, it made sense in the end.
Okay. You watched Superman?
I did. I watched Superman. I went to a screening courtesy of Warner Brothers.
Okay.
Our friends.
The people who love me. I love you guys. I'm back in communique with Warner Brothers. I am back in communique with Warner Brothers. I'm hoping enough of their team has changed that they that I'm back in their good books. I believe now by saying that on this podcast, making friends with them, they're going to be wondering why and might be going back through the records. And I'm joking, I haven't done anything wrong. But you went to see Superman. I didn't. This is going to come out after Superman has dropped in the cinemas. Okay. So we can go a bit in with the spoilers, I'd say, if you want a couple like that. Yeah. I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, go on.
I will say there's nothing really worth spoiling. I mean, I'm a little bitch when it comes to spoilers. I'm so overly sensitive. I'm so, for want of a better word, 'cause I know you're going to jump on this, anal when it comes to spoilers. I really, really am.
Low-hanging fruit.
It's not in my it's not my wheelhouse anyway to put spoilers out there. But honestly, there's nothing in this film that's really worth spoiling. Yeah, it's got the cameos. Yes, a character does pop up near the end. It's quite a nice little twist. It's not worth spoiling. What I will say is that I love my comic book films. Superman is the one I have got the least affinity to out of possibly every single comic book character that I know of.
You do like a bit of DC though?
I loved
Batman.
Batman is the greatest comic book character of all time, and my favourite.
Cool.
The best films, the best character. Superman is my least favourite. I do not give a shit about an indestructible man whose one weakness is this one random little rock that is found on his home planet that has since been destroyed. I do not care. He's a fucking goody two-shoes. I don't care about you.
So you like the troubled.
I like something with a little depth, a little something about, just something about them, flaws. Couple of flaws. You like a flawed human. He is flawed though Punisher,
as well, isn't he?
The Batman,
okay,
etc.
So you like them to have gone through some trauma,
right?
You like them to have had a really hard time,
or at least been bitten by a spider. The very least.
Is it because he's overpowered though, Superman? Is it because he can just boot everyone's
shot in the eye and it means nothing?
Do they? We'll keep it mostly spoiler free because it is still quite fresh, right? Do they show other vulnerabilities other than him just being a nice guy in this film? Does James Gunn try to show us because he has managed to show us the same kind of story that he's taken over a story, and his version of it does manage to show you other sides to characters, like with his Justice League remake, like with what he's done with Suicide Squad as well. Like, he managed to give you a different side of the coin.
Right. So what I will say is that I was from the outside looking in, so it's really difficult for me to care about a character that I just have a long history of.
Sorry, not Suicide. Sorry, not Suicide. That
Justice
was
League.
Yeah, Justice League. My bad. Sorry.
Yeah. So to get me involved in this film emotionally or just any semblance of caring is a very, very tough ask. And as far as character flaws, he is basically set up and his parents are used. Superman's parents are used to sort of trick the world, basically. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
That probably makes it sound a lot deeper than what it actually turns out it is. But having said all this, it sounds like I'm slacking the film off. It's probably, again, from the outside looking in, the most perfect Superman film possible.
Really?
In the tonality, it's very James Gunn. It's the polar opposite to Man of Steel, which stylistically I like. I like the darkness and grittiness. I like all that. This is the opposite. This is a lot more in keeping with the Christopher Reeve Superman, bright and breezy and fun, and tonality absolutely on point, spectacle absolutely on point. It's not an original film at all. There's no originality to it. It won't make you go, whoa, I didn't see that coming at all, apart from this one little character who at the end, but it's a very, very good film.
Okay.
It's a very good film.
Okay.
If you're a if you're a Superman fan at all, if you're a comic book fan, go and see it. If you're not, you'll still have a good time because of spectacle and because of a really fantastic dog.
Yeah.
If you hate comic book films, will it change your mind? Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
All right.
But it's a really good start to the new DCU.
Okay. And yeah, everyone's saying that they're like
Really good start.
It's kind of the dog's out of the bag with Crypto being in the mix and blending it.
Yeah.
People kind of it's all over the trailers. People see that stuff. Yeah.
Yes. So I would say there's not too much in the way of you can't really go any too far further with Crypto because a lot has been made in the trailers. But Mr. Terrific,
Yeah.
my guy,
Good.
brilliant.
Wicked.
Mr.
All right.
Mr. Terrific nearly steals the show from the dog.
Okay.
for
All
me.
right. And do we get a good Lex in this as well? How's our Lex?
Nicholas Hoult is brilliant.
Yeah.
But he's also like, he's a billionaire sort of Elon Musk type villain. So he's very, very good, but I also feel like he's quite limited in what he is able to do, if that makes sense. He's a man with a fuck ton of money who hides behind a lot of computers as opposed to necessarily getting out there on the front lines himself. But that's quite in keeping with Lex Luthor.
Sounds like quite a lot of people out there.
Well,
quite a few people out there nowadays.
Literally. There is a lot of, I'm not going to get into this too deeply, there's a lot of politics in there that I didn't see coming.
Okay. I'm a little bit politics, so it's quite...
I would say so.
Okay. Well, I'm a little bit butthurt still from Henry Cavill not being part of the franchise anymore, because to me, he was one of my favourite Supermans
he was
ever.
Yeah.
So am I going to forget about Henry when I'm watching this? Because I feel like, this is a slight digression, right? Henry Cavill has been so slept on as Superman because I feel like he just should have had that long for that role. I don't know why the hell he wasn't James Bond. Yeah.
He still could be.
I don't know, but I don't know why he's not been like such an easy draft. British, yeah, and he looks like he looks like that Pierce Brosnan, but amplified. You get me? Yeah. Better. And I think he's been in a few films where they chucked
Man from Uncle.
Yeah, when they chucked that's a Guy Ritchie Man from Uncle, isn't it? When they chucked him in a suit, I was like, this is James Bond. Yeah. Like, he is James Bond. So and then there was obviously the
Argyle
whole
as well.
Yeah, the Witcher thing as well.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he's been slept on.
I agree.
Is there like rumours about him being hard to work with or something?
No idea.
Because he seems, I've never heard any bad rumours. I feel like he seems really cordial, seems normal. Bit of a nerd. What's wrong with that?
Loves his Warhammer. What a guy.
Loves it, like, builds PCs in his spare time. That's cool, whatever, he's nerd.
One of us.
Yeah, but like, so what? Why are people not wanting to work with him? Like,
I think Amazon want to go younger with their James Bond.
Okay.
So it's talk of like Tom Holland, for example. George Macklin, I think, is another one.
Yeah.
And, I can't remember the third option, but I have them. I guess Tom Holland is... I want them to go for an unknown.
Yeah, I like an unknown would be good.
Yeah.
Tom Holland, listen, I rate the guy. If he gets it, great. But it's hard for me to go from that after seeing Daniel Craig. But then, to be fair, people were like, when Daniel Craig was in it and they were like, Bond is blonde, they were saying he was shite. So he can win it.
I wasn't one of them.
You weren't.
I'm not a smart guy, and I'm very seldom right about anything in life. But I saw Daniel Craig in Layer Cake, and I was like, he'd be a really good James Bond.
Yeah. I think Layer Cake definitely put him on the map for that.
Yeah.
But then the opposite happened for flipping, Henry Cavill. Anyway, sorry, I digress. But back to Superman. So you got a good Superman in it. How about the lowest dynamic in there? Is that?
Yeah. It's all present and correct.
Cool.
Cool. I don't really know how to. As I said, James Gunn had to play it fairly safe in terms of what they could possibly do with it, because he's trying to kickstart the DCU on his own again for the 87th time.
Yeah.
And he's done a very, very good job of doing that. As I said, it's not an original film in the slightest.
Okay.
But it is a really good time. And all of that grittiness and sort of darkness that was in The Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman has been swapped out for humour. And it made me laugh.
So then that leaves me with a problem. How are they going to connect the new Superman and Batman in the future if they're so apart from each other?
When you say Batman, you don't mean the Batman. You don't mean Matt Reeves.
Yeah.
No,
that's never going to cross.
I fucking hope not.
Because I'm just saying, we're going to have that Batman for a while now. Or do you reckon we're done now?
No, that Batman, the script has been completed on the Batman 2.
Okay, cool.
That script has been completed. I think they start filming in January.
Okay.
But that will never, and this is 90% knowledge, 10% hope. I say not knowledge, limited knowledge, but genuinely that won't. James Gunn has been asked, and those are not crossing paths. This Superman is so, I was going to say whimsical, so sci-fi. It's so out there.
Yeah.
I mean, of course it is. It's a man an alien who's invincible, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, even more so, dabbles in different universes and stuff like that. This one does, pocket universes. So if the Batman came into this, it would take a big fat shit on everything that I personally loved about Matt Reeves, the Batman, and Penguin, which is realism, groundedness.
So does that mean Patterson's out then? And then why am I forgetting the Penguin? Sorry,
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell, that's out then. So then because if he's trying to build a DCU, so that we're gonna have to have another Batman in that universe, and another Penguin.
I assume so, but I would also maybe go with don't
ever cross them over.
Definitely don't cross them over. Just don't have Batman in it.
But it's the DC universe, bruv. How can you not have Batman? That's like not having Spider-Man. Sony, managed to make friends, with with Disney basically to keep things cooking. You get me? To get Spider-Man in, that was because Spider-Man wasn't meant to be crossing over. But bro, how can you not have Batman and Super? They're like the two. I argue to say the two biggest DC characters.
Probably two biggest comic book characters, along with Spider-Man.
Yeah,
three biggest.
Yeah.
Two of them were on DC. Yeah, okay. No one's going to listen to me.
No, I'm just thinking, how do we fix this? Because the Batman that we saw where there's it was Nirvana. Yeah, it was grunge. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Big time. Literally, Nirvana were in.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, the soundtrack.
Something in
what a tune. Yeah.
Good remix. But so I just can't see them.
Just don't want.
Haven't they thought about this in the boardroom before they launched the movie though, bro?
No, well, I mean, the Batman came out before James Gunn was announced.
Yeah, I know, but when James Gunn's on board, can't he think about he's going to steer the ship, or is he? Do you think he's just going to launch his James Gunn universe?
I would infinitely rather he cast another Batman and kept things separate from Matt Reeves' universe. I think what Matt Reeves has got going on, it's just is everything that I love about tonally. The Batman is my favourite Batman film of all time. Tonally. Okay. It's not as good a film as The Dark Knight, but tonality is perfect.
Or the George Clooney Batman. Sorry, the Val Kilmer Batman. It's your favourite.
I mean, my first album I ever bought was the Batman Forever soundtrack.
For real?
Yeah,
that did have bangers.
First album I ever bought. Seal, Kiss from a Rose, The Offspring, Method Man.
Yeah. Bangers.
Yeah.
Bangers. Right, so Superman.
Summary. Very good.
Summary, very good. You like it. And I guess that's where we wrap up this episode today, man. It's all good, bro. Listen, if you want to get your questions in, if you want to get your jokes in, all you have to do is go to howtokillanhour.com/jokes, send them over to us. Where can we find you online, Mr. Richie Driss? Big D Driss.
find me on Instagram at Richie Driss, RichieDriss.
And you can find me at Marcus Bronzy, MarcusBronzy, or How to Kill an Hour on all social media platforms. We're coming up to another big milestone, so thank you for supporting. And when we get there, we're going to have a little treat for you, so keep your ears, eyes and orifices open for that, yeah?
Orifices.
We've got our punishment coming up with your jokes soon.